Welcome to 535. I'm Brody Mullins here with Scott Breen, president of the Can Manufacturers Institute. Before we get to Scott, fascinating day on Capitol Hill. The House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee is marking up a bill right now on highway, a big $500 billion highway and surface transportation reauthorization bill. But interestingly, J.D. Vance is now pushing an amendment on that bill to put in new safety regulations on the railroad industry. It's something that almost every Republican is opposed to. Almost every Republican voted this bill down a few years ago, and now it's back. The twist is that last night, Donald Trump put out a social media post saying that he supports it and is encouraging Republicans on the committee to accept this amendment. So this is an amendment that's opposed by most of the Republican Party, opposed by industry, supported by Democrats and labor unions, and being pushed by J.D. Vance, the President of the United States. This morning, Don Jr. came out with a post saying he supported it. So fascinating example of how the political parties are turning upside down right now, which brings us right to our topic today, which is tariffs. So you represent the can manufacturing industry. Yes. So tell us about your tariff and how you think it's backfired.
Yes, so there is a tariff right now on what's called tin plate steel. So that's what we use to make steel food cans. So you have this thin layer of steel, it's coated with a thin layer of tin, and U.S. steel can manufacturers, they have to import most of the tin plate that they need to make steel food cans. And so along with importing that tin plate, that they have no other choice but to do so, that 50% tariff is adding cost that then gets passed along in the steel food can value chain that increases the cost for the consumer. So we share the president's goal of more tin plate production in the United States, but we want to try to do it in a way that puts America first across the U.S. steel food can value chain, that doesn't increase costs for consumers at the grocery store, and that doesn't give a cost advantage on foreign filled food cans, which I'd love to talk about.
So let's get to that. That was my next question. So tariffs are supposed to help U.S. manufacturing, U.S. jobs, and hurt foreign competitors. In this case, the opposite has happened. Tell us how this has given a marketplace advantage to foreign-filled food production.
Yeah, so like I was saying, there's that tariff on the tin plate steel that U.S. steel can manufacturers need. That's being absorbed in the U.S. steel food can value chain. But foreign-filled food cans, they don't have to pay that Section 232 tariff. They're paying a much lower tariff cost. And to the Trump administration's credit, they had created this, what's called derivatives process, to add more finished downstream goods, like a filled food can, to the derivatives list, so that they would also have to pay the 232 tariff. But with the April 2nd, 2026 proclamation, the filled food cans, beverage cans that we had applied for weren't added. So that means that structural disadvantage exists where these foreign filled food cans are coming in. You could think of like peas, peaches, corn from China. So to give you an example, can of corn coming in from China, delivered in the Midwest, 40 cents. That same can of corn is 70 cents.
Wow.
So retailers are looking at that and they're saying, let's bring in more foreign filled food cans. And then more institutions, even like schools. And so school children are being fed more foreign food, and people at the grocery store, they're feeling the affordability issue from the tariffs adding cost to steel food cans overall. And they're also unknowingly buying more foreign filled food cans because the country of origin labeling is so small, if there at all, and there's this cost advantage to retailers bringing in more foreign filled food cans.
So we've got a couple minutes left. Tell us about the Cans Act. Who introduced it? What would it do?
Yes, so Representative Van Orden, Republican from Wisconsin, Representative Harder, Democrat from California. This is a bipartisan solution, bipartisan bill that would say, okay, if you're importing canned food, let's empower consumers. Make sure they understand where their food is coming from so that they can make their own choice based on quality, safety, price, other things they care about. So this would say you have to put that country of origin labeling on the front or the top of the can. That's what it would do.
And where does the bill stand? What committee does it go to? And what are its chances this year?
Yeah, so it's HR 914. It has Representative Van Orden, Representative Harder, but also 5 other Democrats, 5 other Republicans as co-sponsors. So we're hoping to get more additional co-sponsors alongside with. We think it has a chance because it is in line with the Trump administration's agenda to, as you were talking about earlier, to put America first and really American food first. So let's empower consumers in this fashion. I think it'd also be great if we strengthened Buy American provisions. It's already being done in the Farm Bill for school lunches. I think we can look at other ways to make sure that American tax dollars go to buying American food. And then more generally, let's rethink the tariff structure so that we put America first across the steel food can value chain and get rid of this entrenched advantage for foreign-filled food cans and put everyone on a level playing field, or even American food cans in a better position.
Scott Breen, the president of the Can Manufacturers Institute, welcome to the job. Also, congratulations.
Thank you.
You started in May?
Yeah, the week after the move to 50% tariffs.
Oh,
yes.
great. Good timing, good time. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching on 535. We'll be back in a few minutes.